All right, everyone, here we go. This is an all signs reading. Doesn't matter what your sign is. This is straight up energy reading from Mercury moving into Taurus here at the beginning of April 2023. The big crossroads time. I'm not going to talk about what Mercury and Taurus means. I'm not even going to. Taurus is very practical energy. You know, it should intuitively mean that somebody is taking practical, is communicating their feelings, communicating what they want to themselves, things along those lines. It can be. But there's too many more powerful energies going on around all of this right now. This is Mercury on crack, is pretty much what it is. Every planet, Mercury included, between now and June 11th, while Pluto is in Aquarius, every planet is specially fixed signs that moves, every planet that moves into a fixed sign, if you will, between now and June 11th, is influenced strongly by Pluto in Aquarius. And Pluto is about tearing things down and transformation. And when it's in Aquarius, where it is temporarily here until June, we have the return of empathy, but we also have Saturn involved. And it's like I keep saying, it's like the teacher returning back to the class while the class has been fucking around while the teacher's been away, kind of a thing. There's a lot of transformation happening. All right, this is a very important alignment. It ties with a little further down the line, Venus moving into Gemini. So let's pull a reading. I got a pre-shuffle here. It's going to be very interesting. All right, it's a general reading. May or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, you found Steve's Love Chair, you're here for a reason. This reading is technically timeless because you're all moving at different speeds on your timeline. Before I hit the record button, I asked the universe to give me just the surface energy, and this is what I get. I get the Page of Cups crossed by the Five of Pentacles. There's a sweet energy here, right? A little bit of well, you can see it in the pastel colors. You can actually see it. You can actually see the energy as I feel it, with these nice light pastel colors, crossed by this very harsh Five of Pentacles. Everybody here is getting a look with the Three of Pentacles underneath that of what they've missed out on, of what they didn't do. It's all about looking practically and taking action forward on things we didn't do. This is part of Pluto's teardown of things. So Pluto is involved, like I said. Any planet that moves, especially into a fixed sign, here between now and June 11th, Pluto is definitely involved, which means by default Saturn is too. And that teacher returning to class. Underneath that, one of the things they're looking at is their behavior, their Five of Swords, and how their short-sightedness has cost them a lot of freedom. Crossed by the Nine of Pentacles here. A lot of freedom. Somebody wanting to do something about this in a practical way, because we're dealing with Taurus energy here. And also in Taurus, strangely enough, affecting all of this is the North Node, point of destiny, okay? And Uranus, which is moving forward and not just strongly encouraging change, but it's really helping Pluto out a lot. I mean, Pluto brought some backup. Pluto got a wingman here for all this. Underneath that is the Wheel of Fortune, which is bookending the Page of Cups here. So Wheel of Fortune is that destruction side. Before Pluto does any transformation, it destroys things, and sometimes it makes a mess. You can see it play out in the real world all the time. If Pluto's involved in a move somebody's making, right? You're moving from one house to another house or whatever. It's always chaos. It's always a big thing that breaks people up and things like that. It's a good example in the 3D of how Pluto behaves. Whether Pluto's involved or not, it doesn't matter. It will be if you're making a move between now and June. And it'll be complete chaos. There'll be fighting. There'll be arguing. There'll be all that. And then at the end of it all, you'll just wake up one day in a new place and go, oh my God, transformation happened. Right? It's like that. This Wheel of Fortune is changing everything. Underneath it, though, very interesting. King of Swords ordering this Knight of Swords away from whatever their stability is, just to take it a little bit further. There's Four of Wands. Some of your people are married, some of them in a relationship. There's a real determination here to break free of something. I felt it a lot off of this Nine of Pentacles that's here. Underneath that is the Crossroads, the Two Swords. It had to show up somewhere here at the beginning of April. It'll show up a lot, this or the Two of Pentacles, I'm sure. And I'm sure I've given you a list of cards to look for. Here it is. there's that crossroads. They're at a crossroads. Do I keep things the same or do I change? There's this really being shown what they've missed out on here. And Pluto, it's taken no prisoners here. It's definitely playing a role. The North Node is playing a role. Uranus is playing a role. And Saturn, by default, is playing a role. There's a lot happening right now. It's more than just... This reading is focused on Mercury moving into Taurus just to give it some kind of title. But there's a lot more going on. That's why I said at the beginning of the video, I'm not even going to talk about it. Because that's almost the minor element, even though it's the name of this reading. Let's do it. Let's shuffle the deck. Let's just see where we go. I haven't said all that. Let's go. Give me the soulmate cycle with all affecting energies and the influence of Mercury moving into Taurus. All right, so giving the universe a reference point to work from. Ah, I see. He wants it from here. Okay, right, like that. Yeah, that's what the universe sounds like. All right, here we go. So first card out is Before the Cut. It's Why the Fuck Are We Here? So why the fuck are we here? Why? Why? That's why. Because somebody never told you how they felt. Somebody feels one way, said another thing. Okay? This is that fear of vulnerability. It's everything. Somebody's holding on to a lot of feelings for you. And what's interesting is usually, and I've said this before, I think I said it in the monthly overview for April, usually the practical side of things works against you two coming together, meaning they stay with something because it's practical. They keep their life the same because it's practical. And that's sort of this King of Cups with 1 foot in land and 1 foot in water. You've heard that description before, right? In this case, because of all the energies around it and Mercury moving into Taurus, it's more practical to go toward the love, to express the feelings. Okay? That's what's practical. So it's very cool. It's a very cool month. Again, in the second half, it starts to move very fast. We're at that crossroads stage, and we saw it in the pre-shuffle. After the cut is 7 swords. Yeah, somebody's lied to you. They've had their eye on you the whole time. Look, you can see it right there with the fox. Had their eye on you the whole time. Somebody's been lying to themselves about how they feel, lying to you about how they feel. Just lies. Lies. It's all lies. Okay, let's go. Let's shuffle the deck. All right, let's do it. Give me the soulmate cycle with all affecting influences. All affecting energies with the influence of Mercury in Taurus. Let's go. Give me a reading, universe. It knows what I mean by that. Let's see where we go here. All right, I'm ready. Look at that. It all just came stopping. King of Pentacles, yeah. King of Pentacles is the overall energy of everything that's going to fall on the table. Okay, what have I been talking about? Stability, practical. That practical thing works to your advantage. Why? Well, this shows us why. This card is crossing that King of Cups, right? Where normally it'd be practical just to stay where they're at, right? Now it's practical to move towards something that really stirs them, something that they can't find anywhere else. Okay, they can't. There's nobody else they have these feelings for. What's fueling this? Yeah, look, I didn't know that was there. I'm not making this shit up. I felt that. It's the Knight of Cups. Yeah, fueling this. Bringing you the cup, expressing, that's the King of Cups, which this is crossing, expressing the feelings. The King orders this Knight. Just like the King of Swords orders that Knight of Swords. Here we go. Wow, it's going to be a hell of a month. It really is. We're kicking off big. Our reading's on the flip. Right here's the energy around your connection. Right here's how your person's behaving in the 3D. Right here's their soul. That ought to be good. Right here's the hidden energy, the message from the universe, red with the energy of your connection. Right here's the potential final outcome. I say potential because I can't predict free will. I'm sorry. Nobody can. I will clarify everything, throw some universe cards over the top at the end, and you bet your sweet asses, and I know they are, there's going to be a link for an extended in the description. Let's go. What's the energy around this connection right now? First, let's take this King out here. Okay, remember that Knight of Cups is fueling that, and all of that is crossing a King of Cups, which, you know, again with the 7 of Swords after it, somebody's been full of shit here. What's going on? Energy around the connection right now. Knight of Pentacles, slowly but surely. Another practical energy. Well, Mercury's in Taurus. That's very practical. It's very earthy. It is. It is a reliable energy incoming slowly. We're still at the crossroads stage of the month, slowly incoming. The connection is coming together. And I put the word is in all caps, all right, if I were writing it out. The connection is coming together, energetically anyway. I can't predict free will, but it really, I really feel this, I'll tell you. Whoa, we froze. Oh, for God's sake. See, there's a lot of energy here. You all noticed it before I. Well, you already heard about the Knight of Pentacles. Now you can see it. Okay, there you go. I don't always catch it. I'm not looking at the monitor. You know, I'm looking straight at the back side of the camera, like I'm looking you in the eye while I'm talking to you. You know, that's how the soul energy gets out there. That's how you feel the reading. That's it. Yeah, there it is. I already talked about it. How are they behaving in the 3D? We didn't get a chance to see this before I looked over and saw that the damn video had froze. You don't have to worry. I'll always catch it at some point. Might go for an hour, but I'll catch it. How are they behaving in the 3D? Three of Wands. Yeah. It just makes sense. They're going along with this. Okay? They're definitely looking at where this is going. All right? This is looking out at new horizons. Somebody wants something new here under this. It just makes sense to say how they feel. I could say the King of Cups is getting real about the feelings. I could say that. It's a Three of Wands. Okay? It is a crossroads. We're at a decision time. It really is, because we already saw the Two of Swords in the pre-shuffle. It's decision time. Do I look in a new direction, or do I go toward this connection? Or it makes more sense to go toward this connection, to follow this little elk or deer or whatever it is. Right here, soul energy, bookending the Knight of Pentacles. Five of Cups. Yeah. Cups belong in the soul. This person has hurt themselves by their behavior, by their bullshit, the Seven of Swords, after the cut. By not saying how they feel, by holding on to feelings, they have hurt themselves. They've hurt their. It's hurt. It hurts. It's like something you'd want to take Pepto-Bismol for. It's a pain way deep down. All right, and Pepto's not going to help them with this. All right, it really is. Somebody here wishes they had done something differently. Okay, and they're having time to process this. The energy is slower in the first half of the month at that crossroads. They got time to feel all of this. So when the energy picks up, and right around the time of the eclipse, and just before that, Saturn having sextile with the North Node, a point of destiny, yeah, that's where the real change happens. But it could happen before. There's a possibility of communication here during this transit for sure, even early in it for some of you. Hidden energy, message from the universe read with the Knight of Pentacles. Nine Swords. My discombobulated critter. Someone up all night pacing the kitchen at 2 in the morning with a bottle of whiskey. Yeah, cheap whiskey at that. It's right there. Nine Swords. A lot of anxiety here. Like anxiety about what though? Well, I'll show it to you. Okay, I'll show it to you. I'll look at the backgrounds. It's like that Sesame Street, right? One of these things just doesn't belong here, right? Kind of a thing. These two have the same background. These two. So even though it's red with this, yeah, I get it. Yeah, they wish they'd done things differently. I get that. Most of the anxiety is around, oh shit, what do I do? You know, they could see those feelings are real. Somebody here lied to themselves, lied to you, lied to whatever. They're looking out on new horizons. There's no doubt. It just makes sense, practical sense, for the King of Cups to say how they feel. And that King of Cups has been quiet about that. And quiet about it to themselves. And all that's done is given them a big old soul ache that even Pepto-Bismol won't help. They got some anxiety about it. Yeah, because it's change. I already talked about Pluto. Pluto's involved here. And I've already explained that. Pluto's involved. Pluto destroys things. It's like a tower on crack, but it's one of those towers that happens fast. Okay? So we might see the tower a lot. We might. We don't have one yet, but I don't know. But either way, when that happens, there's a lot of anxiety. I give you an example earlier I gave about moving, right? That's a great example of how Pluto works. Moving, it's always fighting and whatever. It's very stressful. A lot of people break up over it, right? It's a very stressful thing. But when it's all done, everything is transformed. Everything has changed, and you can kind of look back and go, a lot of apologies happened. Look, I'm sorry I called you a fucking asshole. I know you're not a fucking asshole. You know, that kind of thing. A lot of anxiety here. This is Pluto doing its thing, making them really feel this. We'll see what happens when we clarify. Potential final outcome read with the Three of Wands, technically. There he is. I knew he was going to come back. I was just talking about him, too, and I knew that King of Cups was coming back. This is somebody here with a lot of anxiety about because they know exactly what they want to do. They can't bullshit themselves under this energy. It just makes practical sense for the King of Cups before the cut, which this card is crossing, to open up. Your final outcome is that King of Cups doing something about this. What? I don't know. I can't predict free will. I said when I read this card to you, the energy reflecting off of it goes two ways. They love what they see on the new horizon, but they could still reboot whatever's on their side. All right? Somebody here is honest with their feelings, though, and it's more likely than not they try something new. That's what the Three of Wands is indicating. All right, because they were already flying away from Four Wands in the pre-shuffle. This hurts. I mean, I have an urge to get some Pepto-Bismol right now, the way I feel this energy, and it's not going to help. It's not going to do anything. All right, let's clarify. Let's talk to the witches. What's going on here? Knight of Pentacles. This is about the reading. I got cups in all the right places. Cups in all the right places and swords in just the right spot. All right, let's go. Knight of Pentacles, why is it here? I'll be interested in the extended to see how this energy affects you, affects the DF side. I'll pull on that so I can get some, I do that so I can get some contrast, because the readings in the extended tend to be a bit more powerful because there's less people there. It's easier to get the energy to move. It's not as stiff. What's going on with the Knight of Pentacles? What's going on here? Why is it here? Yeah. Why is it going slow? Well, because somebody's holding back. Look, they're anxious. They're afraid. Right? They've had that pentacle next to their heart for a long time. All right? Somebody here, and like I said, this card is bookending these. These are read together. Somebody wishes they'd done things differently and played it differently. And there's a lot of fear here. A lot of it. What's on top? Yeah, the Seven Cups. Confusion. You know, again, somebody here made the wrong choice. And it hurts because the King of Cups is having to get real with their feelings. And now it just makes sense to communicate those feelings. But how do I do that? That's why it's going slow. That creates confusion. Why is the Seven of Cups here? The Magician. Because everything feels different. And that's going to happen. You're going to feel that. You will feel that. And everybody will. Everybody's going to feel things are different. All right? The old things that have been working over the last year or two or more, actually 4, 5, 6 years, you know, people are going to start looking at things differently. You know, the old say anything, lie to yourself, lie to people outside. It's not going to work anymore. It's not. Everything is transforming here. Now someone is very confused by that. As they look out on new, because they were very good at lying to themselves about how they felt. This card shows me that they can't anymore. Otherwise, they wouldn't be up at night, pacing the kitchen. What's going on here with the Three of Wands? This is wild. It's a big transformation energy. This is again, it's that crossroads point at the beginning of the month. It's very important to understand that. The energy is moving slow so people get it. Can't move fast. If it was moving fast right now, we'd be screwed. Thank God it's not. The energy's moving slow so everyone gets it. Everyone can see all the little details, right? Think about driving past a sign really fast. You miss it. You miss a little bit of it, right? You have to kind of speed read it. You get the gist of the sign if you fly by it at 120 miles an hour. We're going by the sign right now at about 10 miles an hour. 15, we'll say. Grandma on the freeway at 15 miles an hour. You got plenty of time to read every word that's on it, and that's what's happening here. What's going on with the Three of Wands? Why is it here? Look at that. This King of Cups came out before the cut, and after it was the Seven of Swords, right? And I talked about they lied. This King of Cups is red with this Three of Wands, and it's crossed by the Seven of Swords. Okay? There's a lot of... It's everything I just said. This person used to have the ability to believe their own bullshit, to just, you know, lie to themselves and keep things the same. The energy has changed. Everything feels different. And everything has felt different since I woke up on April 1st. It's very weird. You know, I woke up on April 1st and everything was weird within the energy. I felt it as I was getting out of bed. I get up and there's weird lights blinking in the living room. Things had come up and stayed on and didn't get shut off when they were supposed. It was just weird. It was just a strange morning. Everything is strange right now, and that's kind of how I'm feeling their energy a little bit. What's on top? Queen of Wands. Fakey McFakerman. Yeah. Again, a lot of lies here. There, as they look out, there's a primary energy flow goes from here to here. So there's all this, I wish I had done things differently. There's this stomach ache in the soul, as we've been calling it. And they're looking out at new horizons and wondering why they didn't go for it. Why didn't I just say how I felt? It's all of this they're having to look at. And a lot of what's behind them as they look out at new horizons is all this bullshit. Why is the Queen of Wands here? 10 Swords. We're putting an end to the bullshit. All right? It's done. It's over. Also, there's another layer of energy where someone has been lying and holding on to a lot of feelings for you, and now they feel like, again, it's what I said before. How could I have not gone for this? How could I have, there's a strong attraction here, okay? And it feels like somebody blew it. Well, now they realize they might be able to fix it if that's where Mercury and Taurus comes in. You might be able to fix it if you speak up, you know. Yep. But in the surface energy of this, in the first layer of energy, I should say, someone's putting an end to bullshit, to the fakey McFakerman behavior. Now, this is in part why. Because this energy is flowing in here and influencing all of this, how they're behaving in the 3D. So why is the 5 of Cups here? This sadness, regret, wish I'd done things differently. Why didn't I go for this? Oh, man. Oh, man. Now, I'm not going to be one of those readers that's going to tell you, and I could here, they regret it, so they're turning around and coming back. I mean, that's like the most common reading you get on YouTube. You know, somebody regrets it, and they're turning around and coming back. I can't say, it should lead to communication, but there's a lot of anxiety here. Here's my but. 9 of Swords, yeah, 9's of the end in tarot, sure, right? But somebody wants to cure this, but there's 2 ways they can cure it. They don't have to come toward you. They could just go towards something that makes them feel like you made them feel, though they're not going to find anything that's just like it, all right? But either way, or they could, what they should do is just go on a spiritual journey and get real. Why is the 5 of Cups here? Why? Yeah. Page of Cups. Yeah, there's a lot of love here. There's a tidal wave behind that little girl on that card. There's a lot of love here. A lot. The environmental energy around it, their soul is like, you can take all the Pepto-Bismol you want. The only cure here is to speak up. Okay? This is that same sweet energy that I got off the pre-shuffle Page of Cups. Except there's no pastel colors. I'm just drawn to the girl. That's it. I know the wave is there, though. All right? What's on top? Strength. They're learning a lesson here from Saturn in particular. Again, Saturn's involved by default because of Pluto being involved. And Pluto's in Aquarius. Aquarius is partly ruled by Saturn. That being said, that energy is very dominant here in everything. Saturn is playing a big fucking role. This whole month, right up through June. I mean, it's a big energy. One of the things that they're sad about is that they didn't have the balls to speak up. In other words, they're embarrassed. The net result is an embarrassment energy. They've let themselves down. It's a bit like what the pre-shuffle told us about what they're looking at, their 5 of Swords behavior, short-sightedness. Why is the Strength card here? There she is. I knew Grandma on the freeway at 15 miles an hour would show up. I kind of talked about it over in here. There it is, the Ace of Pentacles. You know, again, there's a whole question that most of these runners are having to face, which is the why. Why didn't I go for something I was attracted to? Why was I too much of a chicken shit to say how I felt? Why did I lie to myself? Why did I lie to them and say we can't be together? Well, we can be together, technically. Why? And there's all the while all that's happening, the energy around the connection is coming together slowly with the Knight of Pentacles here. And also the energies are transforming, allowing for options, which in turn creates confusion for this person because it's sort of all I have to do is open up. But while they're questioning whether or not why didn't I have the balls to do it before, I'm not sure they have the balls to do it now. And neither are they. And then that causes more confusion. And the net result is this, right? Blah! 9 Swords. Now we're going to pull on that. So, let's go with the 9 Swords. Why is it here? This is all what I expect here in the first half of April. It's all what I expect. And I expect you're going to be asking yourself some questions too. All right, it came up in a thank you reading I did the other day, and it keeps coming up. But it came up in more detail than normal in a thank you reading I did the other day, which I think a lot of people appreciated. That said, but hey, I don't control the energies. I have to read them honestly. If I start making up stories and extrapolating and lying about it without telling you I'm doing that, then I'm not going to get the information, right? Then I'm going to get some karmic backlash. What's going on with the 9 swords here? Tell me about it. What's going on? 6 of Pentacles. It's what I just got done telling you. I told you where this came from. I just went through a whole diatribe. It's right here. 6 Pentacles crossing it. Can I pace in the kitchen at 2 in the morning with a bottle of whiskey? Do I have the balls now? I'm sad that I didn't have the balls to say how I felt then. Do I have them now? I mean, I don't know. Can I? Should I? What? You know, this might be over. There's a big attraction here, but you know, I'm done lying to myself. I know how I feel now. I'm not going to find an 8-point buck with rainbow antlers anywhere else. See what I'm saying? I just literally lived the energy for you right there. That's what's going on. So yeah, I'm upset that I didn't have the balls to tell them how I felt before. Do I now? Do I have the balls to do it now? I don't know. Well, I don't know. Again, there's your confusion. These are read together. So, you know, and it ties to definitely the soul position. What's on top? Queen of Pentacles. There you are. There you are. Just sitting there. This is the universe's sense of humor. I love it. I just went on that whole diatribe and lived the energy for you of their moment in the discombobulated critter and the 9 of Swords. Meanwhile, here's you, sitting pretty. There's the Queen of Pentacles, got everything she needs. You're not chasing them. You're not, and that drives them even crazier. Well, I know there's an attraction here. I know how they feel because they told me, but I don't, you know, maybe it'd be easier if they just came to me. Oh, but they're not going to come to me. They feel your higher vibration is what I'm trying to say, which in turn creates confusion because now they're trying to find some kind of angle, right, to tell you how they feel, rather than, which proves to me that a lot of them don't have the balls, because you should just come in and do it quick. If you want the Queen of Pentacles, right, you go shoot straight. You have to shoot straight with Queen of Pentacles energy. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here? King of Cups. See, it's a feedback loop. There's the King of Cups. The King of Cups was here before the cut. He's been our primary focus for this reading, and here he is again. Right there. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here, the King of Cups? Because somebody knows to transform things, they have to tell you how they feel. And again, they're going round and round about it, and there you are sitting there. And it's more of what they're anxious about. It's more of what this 9 of Swords is about. And I said this on the thank you reading, I think, the other day. I said, for you guys, I'm telling you about the energy. I've given you the secret of April, right? This crossroads especially, right? I've given you the secret. I said, you have to just relax in it. If you relax in it, que sera, sera, what will be, will be. Whatever happens, happens. You will thrive. You will grow your energy. You will look at the things. It will just flow naturally. Like someone going down a river, not fighting it. What are these runners doing? What did I say they'd do? I said they'd be the idiot flailing around trying to fight the current. And that's exactly what's happening here. It's a simple solution. It's a simple plan. All you got to do is go, whoops, I realized I was an asshole for not having the balls to say how I felt. I lied. I was fakey McFakerman about my life. That's done. And now I know what I have to do. I have to go tell them how I feel. That's the solution. That's it. That's the only way to come and approach the Queen of Pentacles. What are they doing? Blah! Fighting the current. That's what. That's why the King of Cups came out here. But they're running out of excuses. He's running out of land on that card, right? The good news is his little shell throne thing, he floats. But that don't matter. They're going to have to do something. And they know it. And that's part of what the energy around this 3 of Wands is. They're going to have to do something. It's right there. Loving what they're looking at. I like the 3 of Wands in the Witches deck most. I like that guy looking out at that ship that you're on, right? What's going on here? So here we go. Our lead-in card to our final outcome is the King of Cups. Our final outcome is the King of Cups. It's all a big feedback loop, and I've given it to you the best I can. I've acted it out for you. Academy Award winning performance. I've acted it out. Probably exact to what's going on inside your person, most of you. You know, ego-based people don't like to admit they didn't have the balls to do something. right? It's just the way it is. These are very ego-based people. I see it here. This Ace of Pentacles could also be, why didn't they have the strength to do it? Because of the Almighty. They're just, this pentacle, this security they had, all of it. I mean, energy's always in layers. That's one of the layers that's there. I skipped it in my read, but I'll give it to you now. You know. What's going on with the King of Cups? What's the final on this? What's the King of Cups going to do? Huh? Which way is the wind most likely blowing, universe? The energetic wind. I'm asking the universe to be predictive. I don't like doing that. I'm going to tell you. I don't. Not for 20,000 people. I don't like doing that, but I'm going to. Because I don't just want to get a feedback loop again and repeat myself. So, I'm going to ask the universe about this King of Cups in the final outcome, potential final outcome. What's the King of Cups going to do? Which way is the wind likely blowing? It's no more accurate than a weatherman would be. And they've been getting it wrong a lot lately. So, you know, it is what it is. The wind can change at any time, right? Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. I wrote about it in my blog. You know, there's no way to predict with 100% accuracy which way the wind is going to blow, because it can change at any time. But I'm asking the universe to look down the line and be predictive. But free will on their part can fuck that up. I'm just being honest with you. I'm still shuffling. You want an accurate answer, right? I'm asking, you want an accurate answer from a question where 100% accuracy is impossible. Okay. Well, I'm good with the impossible. What's the King of Cups likely to do? The environmental energy just around this King of Cups right now, who's holding on the feelings, hasn't told you how they felt, want to realize all the stuff I've acted out, is the Six of Swords. Okay? They're going to, what the universe is basically saying here is the energy around them is, this is a pressure cooker that's building. I'm surprised there isn't a Ten of Wands that wanted to come out with this King of Cups. Okay? There's a pressure cooker building here. So the universe is saying, well, at the very least, the environmental energy around them is urging them to do something about these feelings, one way or another. Now that could be either shutting them down, moving away from you, or moving towards you. It could go either way so far, but I feel it's more coming towards you. That said, let's see. Knight of Wands. I said I feel it more coming towards you. With passion, it's red with the Queen of Wands. It is someone, he's coming right at me. They're going to want to resolve this. My read is right on this. They're going to want to resolve this. Right here, it's a brave, impulsive action. That ties me to bravery over here with the Strength card. It's the attraction. The level of attraction that they have will determine whether they come towards to say anything or not. Okay? It depends. It depends how hard the dick chakra gets. Can I put it like that? I mean, it is what it is. How hard the dick chakra gets, how wet the push chakra gets. It really does. It really is what it's saying here. Okay? All right. Why is that? Yeah, those are chakras. Quite frankly, they are. There's hundreds of chakras. All right? We just pick out the main ones to talk about, but there's actually a bunch. There's a whole bunch of energies that come out of a person, way beyond 7. I assure you. Way beyond that. That's it. Knight of Wands. Why is it here? Justice. Look, it's the universe. I asked the universe a question. You heard me. All right? You heard me. All of your runners, Justice is red with the Ten of Swords. All of these runners don't want this to be over. They have feelings. They're holding on the feelings. They got to do something about it. It's just practical for now for the King of Cups to open up. The decision, the way the wind is likely blowing, which will likely occur, it can occur in the first half of the month, more likely in the second half of the month, but the way the wind is blowing is your way. These cards are red with these cards, but they should always, no matter what I ask, make sense with the energy of the connection, which is coming your way. Okay? So, again, and they do. Somebody's got to make themselves happy here. This is happiness. Balanced energy to you in the 3D is happiness. This is happiness. And what's making them unhappy is that this might be over. And again, it depends on the level of attraction here. But I asked the universe to be predictive. Which way is the wind likely blowing? And it's likely blowing right in your face. Okay? Headed your way. And we see that because someone needs to alleviate this. Someone needs to fix all this catawampus that's over here. which I acted out for you in an Academy Award winning performance. All right, I can't repeat that performance. It was once in a lifetime, but that's it. That's where we're at. This energy right now is driving them towards you. There's no doubt about it. Or at the very least, it is making them realize their feelings, being honest with themselves, putting an end to fakey McFakerman. Let's ask the universe, because we can't forget our overall energy, fueling that right there, that which is crossing the King of Cups before the cut, is a Knight of Cups. And that King of Cups orders that Knight. So again, it makes a lot of sense under this energy to come tell you how they feel. They have to. It's a real pressure cooker here, I can tell you. They're generating, they're a confusion generator right now. And that's fine. Why? Because they're not watching Steve Love Tarot and they don't know about the energy. They don't know that they should be relaxed in this energy. Here's a lesson for you. In case you decide not to listen to me and not be que sera in this energy, whatever will be, right? This is your fucking future if you decide to fight this current. It's too strong this month. You're not going to be able to fight it. Just chill. If you need to, find a neutral place. Just spend every day this month imagining yourself kicking back on some beach somewhere with a Mai Tai. Just chilling out, some fancy tropical drink of some kind, whatever. Just kicking back, a Corona, you know. Imagine yourself in a Corona commercial with Snoop Dogg. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Just chill. This is what happens when you don't. Now, these runners, they're going batshit catawampus. All right. But the wind's likely blowing your way. I could dig that. I thought that was how it was going to play out. I had no idea I was going to get cards that literal. But okay. I'll take it. Give me 3 cards from the bottom, universe, before I go pull some wicked voodoo. You know what we're gonna pull wicked voodoo on is their bullshit. You know, quite frankly. And of course I'm gonna pull a pyramid reading and a timeline for this right here. But if I start digging into the Seven of Swords and Fakey McFakerman here, I'm gonna find all kinds of crap. All kinds of crap that we never spotted before, I bet, that they're looking at. You know, about their life, about why they were chicken shit, what's going on. I mean, who knows what'll come up? I don't know. That's why I'm going to pull a reading. But for right now, I'm going to see if there's anything else the universe wants to tell you, since most of you aren't going to the extended. All right, so let's see where we go. It's there if you want it. Links in the description. All right, we're going to go pretty deep on this one. King of Wands, you knew he had to show up, didn't you? Yeah, your person always shows up as the Burger King. Got to have it their way. And ego and pride. And I talked about ego. Here's pride right here. Pride of lions. Ego, right? People with their ego don't like to admit that they were afraid to do something. They try to be cool. It's fake. It's always fake. Right? This is Faker McCooleyman. You know, it's like that. King of Wands with the Hierophant in the center. Ace of Wands and the 3 of Cups. This is powerful shit. 3 of Cups crossing the Hierophant and the base energy. These are red center, left, right. Baseline energy is 3 cups. The flow of emotion, right, coming to the surface. The Hierophant, they're going to be opening up to something that's been long-term in their life. Something that they once thought was spiritual, they're about to realize it isn't. It's been sort of their life. It's almost someone, if I were to paraphrase this, who comes to a realization that their whole life has been phony. It's been fake. It's been a series of false starts. Okay? And where this pertains to your connection, they also are going to realize that your connection has had false starts, or it was a false start the first time. This is someone who I can dig why the universe gave me these cards here, Justice and the Knight of Wands. I can dig that. Which is a band I would go see. Justice and the Knight of Wands. I can dig it because this here is someone who realizes that your earlier connection was a false start and maybe they can try again. When someone realizes that something had a false start, that implies that they want to, that they at least think they can do it again or try it one more time. There's a chance here. There is a chance based on the realizations had with all of this. Based on, especially while Mercury is transiting Taurus, there's a good chance here for a second start for this. But most of this is internal within your person, who is realizing, quite frankly, that their whole life has been a phony ass bunch of series of false starts. and they're not really, haven't really gotten anywhere. Your person might have been married. They might be married for a decade, for all I know, but it hasn't gotten them anywhere. They're still in the same place they were. And there's some growth that's happening here. It's small, but it's there. Anyway, so there you go. The wind is most likely blowing your way. Somebody here is opening up, at the very least, to themselves or someone on their side. All right, we'll find out more in the extended. I'm going to pull on all their bullshit. All of it. Especially, I got the King of Bullshit here, the Queen of Bullshit here, and Seven of Swords twice in this reading, once crossing the 3D and once after the King of Cups, which was them never telling you how they felt and never telling themselves how they really felt and blah, blah, blah. We're going to pull on all their bullshit. And we'll pull a pyramid reading, and we'll also do a timeline here. And I'll pull on you as well to see how this energy affects you. That said, if you want the extended, the link is in the description. I hope this reading was helpful. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. All right. Good luck. I am off to pull an extended.